So, last time we made it to the Elite Four. And had a rough time of it, though I wasn't really expecting to accomplish much. Mostly because of where my levels were. It was just a scouting mission to see what I was up against. And now I have a good idea about that. So, I did a bit of work in. I leveled everyone up to 50. We'll see if that's enough. I also went through my TMs, and I did a couple things. I taught Excadrill X-Scissor, which should help. At least against Psychic. I forget if they're good against Bug too, against Dark as well. I think they are. I think that's good against Dark. I also... Let's see, what was the other one? Drain Punch. No, not Drain Punch. Break, that's the one. Since that is stronger than I thought it was, and it's definitely an improvement over Arm Thrust, so... Against the Dark types, that's also a good option. For everything else, I'll just have to brute force it. And unless things go stupidly wrong, if I lose, I'm probably just gonna let it ride, because I'm getting experience and I'm getting money, and as long as I beat at least one, it'll be a profit. Let's see, which one was? Let's see. Let's go Southeast Fighting, Northwest Dark, or Psychic. Which one do I want to start with? I think I want to start with Fighting. I've already talked to all of you, so let's just get on with it. And therein lies the problem, because I thought I remembered them having having rock type moves. Not setting out the Excadrill, I know better than that. Oh, of course. Good. I think by and large, fighting types are more for physical defense than... Ow. Come on, paralysis. But a good 2-shot, you're done. Alright then. Definitely do some healing now. Though I don't think the swoop ad will accomplish a heck of a lot right now, but I'll still revive you just so you're there. Though for ghost types, what do I want to use for the ghost type one? Because for whatever reason, it feels like Psychic and Dark might be the more... Well, Psychic might not be the more straightforward one. I guess. Right. Even now, saving is probably a good idea. Right, I was trying to remember if you were part ground. I guess we're gonna find out. No. Yes. But you're probably gonna use a full restore now. Yeah. If you're not ground. Okay. Oh, right. Oh, geez, you have that. Great. I should have used flamethrower. Okay, alright. Change the plan. Maybe it's just because of where I find Yamask and the sarcophagus guy. I just makes me think that it's part ground or something. No, that is not the case. Yeah. And you're done. I don't remember you. I don't remember you. Right. 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 That thing was. It looks like it should be part rock, but it's part ground, isn't it? I keep forgetting these things. I can tank the psychic, it's fine. Oh, well, okay. Thank you. Apparently I forgot to turn the battle animations back on. Chandelure, yes. Yes, Seismitoad, you're in. Oh, you survived that. Yeah. Waste your full restores. You waste your full restores. Or, you know, just do that instead. And Jellicent. That's part water, isn't it? And one shot. Oh, a nice crit. Nice crit. Alright, that's 2. Let's see, which one do I want to do next? I feel like I want to deal with the psychic one. I could save the dark one for last because I have a couple options for that. Let's see, which one was psychic again? That one's probably dark. Alright, so... Oh wait, I've got X-Scissor now. That should be a good option for both, right? Alright, I'll try to make this quick. You can get back to your nap afterwards. Is there any... I'll at least heal the Ambor. Alright. That's a fighting type move, isn't it? Are you kidding? Okay then. No focus sash either. Yeah, I'm switching that. I don't trust myself on that one. Especially since I think Excadrill's the slowest one I got. Oh, right, it's you. Right, this was a miscalculation. Keep forgetting you're a thing that exists. You think as unique as you look, I would remember you, but no. Heal first. Oh, thank you for wasting your turn. So I seem to remember you being a tanky one, yeah. You are a tanky one. Come on, paralysis. Thank you. Fine, I'll deal with that later. Yeah, I thought that was not gonna do much. I was trying to remember if you had levitate because it looks like you should. But no, you don't. Good two-shot. And that's not gonna... That's not gonna help you much, because I'm pretty sure X-Scissor is not special. So you're done. That's 3. Alright, one left. Probably won't need them for this next fight, but I don't know what's gonna happen afterwards, so it's best to be ready. On that note, Emperor, you're up. Time to put Brick Rake and Drain Punch through their faces. Alright. Now, when he's saying challengers coming one after another, I'm wondering if he's referring to N or referring to somebody else. Scrappy. Right, that thing. Good. Crocodile. Bring out the semi-sage for this. Grass will work just as well. That's fine. I got more seed bombs than you got full restores. Eventually you're gonna run out. That means you won't have any for anyone for the rest of your team. Be sharp. That's the one that's part steel, isn't it? Which means Brick Brick's gonna be ×4. Goodbye! I was about to use Flamethrower, but yeah, that works out nicely. Lightbird, yeah. Alright, Lightbird's a fast one. You have Aerial Ace! Alright. Well, I got that. Goodbye. And that's 4. First try. For some reason, I wasn't expecting that. Okay. Fair, right, yeah. It's almost like Fake Out has a specific function. Shocking. There's one more opponent against whom you must prove your strength. The pinnacle of the Pokémon League, the champion Alder. Or perhaps that man called N has defeated him and taken his title. I don't know which one you will face, but check the statue in the central plaza, and continue to the final room. Saving now. We'll see what we got first before I commit to healing this sage. Big empty room. Alright. Really big empty room. Am I about to meet Hercules? Because this looks like Olympus Coliseum now. There they are. It's over. Never again will Pokemon be made to suffer or be held captive by humans. It's all thanks to my friend Zekrom. You may have the title of champion, but you can't stop me with just the title. Your soft heart has left you weak. Years ago, you lost your Pokémon, your partner, to sickness. In order to forget the pain in your heart, you wandered Unova. Who knows how long it's been since you've had to fight with your full strength. I actually kind of like that about you, though. As a trainer who far outmatches the champion, I shall issue an order across Unova. Trainers of the world, free your Pokémon. I beg you, separating people from Pokémon. Don't do anything but that. You and I both put our beliefs on the line and fought with all our strength. And I won. Do not say another word. I've been waiting. In the future I envisioned you obtained a stone. And indeed you have. That light stone. Zekrom is responding to it. Stop. This is not a suitable place for the legendary dragons. From the ground, rise up, the castle of Team Plasma. What? Surround the Pokémon League. What? Okay. You had this in your back pocket this whole time? More to the point, was this just placed here this whole time, or did you place it here for it to be used like this? I am overthinking this, I know. What has just appeared is Team Plasma's castle. The king's words will resound from the heights to all below. You must come to the castle as well. Everything will be decided there. Whether Pokémon will be liberated from people, or whether Pokémon and people will live together. We shall see whose belief is stronger, and our result will change the world. Did they just let you in, or did you beat the Elite Four too? Mr. Alder, you're a wreck. It's not fitting for the champion. You did well to get this far. Somehow I beat the Pokémon League, but it wasn't easy. Okay, you did beat them. Okay. You earned your way down here. I have to congratulate you. I became stronger because I understood what I want to do. And tell N this. Some people grow stronger by being with Pokémon. My Pokémon and I are proof. Together we learned and became stronger. I lost. I should have been able to demonstrate the bond between me and my Pokémon. That would have shown that brat the worthlessness of his outrageous dreams. So his convictions were the real thing. Be careful. The ones who change the world are always the ones who pursued their dreams. M-Wizard, I ask this of you. Even if Pokémon and people are separated, nothing good will come of it. Please let him know that. Alright, you're not gonna give me a free heal or something? Alright. What is... Okay. Those in accord with fate are preserved, and those who rebel against fate perish. When the way is forgotten, duty and justice appear. One can lose the forest for the trees. If you make a mistake and do not correct it, that is a second mistake. Superior men understand what is right. Inferior men understand what will sell. There are not two suns in the sky, nor two sovereigns over the people. Well, if anything should happen to our king, it would be disastrous. It would ruin Getz's perfect plan. Our Lord N will be disappointed, but the 6 of us shall defeat you here. Can you manage that? Oh! Hello, Clay! Still standing, are you, M-Wizard? Your drift fails. Ain't just me. Gym leaders, assemble! Alright, not only are we stronger than you, but there are a lot of us. Accursed gym leaders. Ignoring Team Plasma. That would be a terrible thing for us gym leaders to do. Bianca asked us to come too. Oh, Bianca gathered you all up, huh? Okay. Holder of the Lightstone, please proceed. Alright. So now the question is... okay, that's that way. Was there wasn't any other paths, were there? Okay. Nothing else here. Just making sure there wasn't anything else here before I continued on. Oh. In this castle, you may rest your Pokémon and access your PC. Fear not. First, have your Pokémon rest in that room. When they are healed, it is our Lord N's wish that you be moved to the innermost part of this castle. Well, how nice of you. Okay, before you go to confront my Lord N, please take a moment to rest. Okay. Spent too much painful time here in this castle to admit it. And has been separated from people since he was young. He was brought up with Pokémon. Pokémon that were betrayed, mistreated, and hurt by bad people. Getsus deliberately brought only those poor Pokémon closer to N. N was touched by their plight and started pursuing his ideals, thinking only of Pokémon. N's heart is pure and innocent, but there is nothing more beautiful and terrifying than innocence. So what do these other rooms have? What's this? Max potion. Okay, so that's just a fireplace. All right. So I assume the first room was the PC. Who had the PC? Where was the PC at now? Didn't you say there was a PC? Where? Did I just not see it? Not that I'd be using it, but it's the principle of the thing now. You said it was here. And of course, that's the reason why you have it. Alright then. Come on. As part of his plan to take Pokemon away from their people, my Lord N entrusted some Pokemon to me. I'm spending time with them, and I don't think I want to let them go. I may not be cut out for Team Plasma. At least you're realizing this. Free Max, revive. This Pokemon has become attached to me, but as far as I'm concerned, a Pokemon is just a simple tool. I don't understand. Okay. Oops, I didn't. I misinterpreted that. Yes, please. Thank you for the quick way back. Well, I mean, convenient. Hello. A battle between you and our Lord N will reveal whether our Lord N is an ideal hero. It will also reveal how you feel about protecting the current world, where people live with Pokemon. Alright. That room, it was the world that was provided to our Lord N. I don't feel anything, even when I go into the room, but you may feel something. Harmonia? Rare candy. Okay. If I was supposed to learn anything from that, I'm not sure what it was supposed to be, but... Somewhere far from here, Team Galactic and Team Rocket drew too much attention to themselves. That's why their plans were thwarted. And you guys decided to be all subtle-like by, you know, having speeches out in the open. If we use force to take Pokemon away from people, the people will rebel. But if we manipulate their hearts, people will release Pokemon voluntarily. Oh boy. Okay. We're here. Oh, hello, Getsis. Welcome, holder of the Lightstone. The castle that appeared as if it were enveloping the Pokemon League is a symbol. It means Unova will change. The king of this castle is the strongest trainer in the world. He he is accompanied by the legendary Pokémon. He has defeated the champion. Added to all that, his heart burns with the desire to improve the world. If that's not what makes a hero, what more do you need? Now that the stage is set, we can seize people's hearts, minds and hearts. We can bring into being the world that that Team Plasma desires more easily than you can imagine. We and only we will use Pokemon, and we shall rule with powerless populace. Rule the powerless populace. I have been waiting so long for this. I've kept my silence so no one could piece together what I planned. Now those painful days are at an end. Go, onward! Discover whether you have what it takes to be a hero. So the big question is, what is the Lightstone gonna do at this point? What I desire is a world for Pokemon, and Pokemon alone. I will separate Pokemon from people so Pokemon can regain their original power. It's time to settle this, once and for all. My determination is absolute. I will prove the value of my beliefs even if it means my Pokemon friends get hurt. Since you've come this far, I believe you are equally determined. If that's so, prove it to me. Show me the depth of your determination. You came all this way to battle me, but Reshiram is not responding. You haven't yet been recognized as the hero, have you? How disappointing. I actually kind of liked you a little. Through our many battles, I got the feeling that you might be a trainer who truly cares for Pokemon. But I was kidding myself. The idea of trainers getting to know each other through battles is ridiculous. You have two options. Challenge me to a fight you can't win, or leave this place and watch the birth of a new world where Pokemon are free of people. Zekrom, come to me! Hello, thanks for the follow. The Lightstone. It's trembling inside the bag. It was referring to N's playroom. The Lightstone is... Reshiram is... Fair enough. Was that a slurping noise just then? The Lightstone draws in the aura of the surroundings and converts it into a powerful force, which is now being released. You know, on some level, it feels weird. I'm playing Pokemon Black, but the one on my side is the white one. Oh well. It happens. Given the preparations I had made, the Elite Four weren't that bad. As opposed to certain gyms that I had to fight along the way. Ah. Well, I don't know anything about the sequels, so I'll figure that out for myself, I guess. Zekrom and Reshiram. They were once one life, one Pokémon. Complete opposites, yet the same. Zekrom and Reshiram are Pokémon that appear before the hero they recognize. Ah, I see. You really are a hero, too. I'll tell you what the Pokémon is saying to you. I want to battle with you. Try to make me your friend and ally. It plans to test you to see if you are really pursuing truth. I also am curious to see how powerful you are. Now, catch Reshiram and make it your ally. Yes, note how I specifically said I don't know anything about the sequels. There's a reason for that. Not to mention that since I'm doing Black 1, I'll be playing White 2, so that point won't even apply. So yeah, I do have the, I do have Master Ball. Where are you? There you are. But I do have other options. I'm going to see if I can catch you without the Master Ball first. Just for the heck of it. I know you're part fire. So at least this would make it neutral. Although a mud shot would be straight up super effective. Turbo Blaze? The heck is that? Fusion Flare! Okay. That would make sense. Shouldn't finish you off. Perfect. Not quite. Do you want me to just hand you the controller so you can play? Or do you want me to actually, you know, try to figure this out myself? I believe there's a thing down there that says no spoilers. Or something similar. It's a spoiler because I didn't know. It's like you're trying to backseating is probably the more accurate term, but that's still. I realize I'm a horrible person for not knowing this game backwards and forwards and knowing what I'm supposed to do immediately, but. So much for being easy to catch. You know, when you say really easy to catch, you know, how many balls have I thrown at it now? This does not qualify as really easy to catch. But I guess you have a different definition than I do, which is obviously the correct one. Yeah, you're clearly more upset. You're clearly more. Unless you're using Pokeballs just for the heck of it now. There we go. Took about 20 Pokeballs or so, but yeah. Reshiram, fast white Pokemon. This Pokemon appears in legends. It sends flames into the air from its tail, burning up everything around it. I'm gonna have to go back and get you out of the PC, aren't I? Never mind. Well, you're part electric, so Zip Strike is not going to accomplish much right now. I was wondering if it would do that, or if it would force me to actually go back to the PC. Reshiram, who is said to lend its power to the hero who searches for truth, has recognized your power, and now agrees to stand by your side. Hold on. Your Pokemon... Oh, well. There is no triumph to be gained in battling a weakened opponent. Okay, thank you. Now I will create the future I desire. I shall sweep you before me. Okay. Oh, and you're sending Zekrom right off the bat. Alright. As per your instructions, since I'm apparently a moron who doesn't know any better, I guess I'll do that. Didn't really do much. Fine. You get back. Okay. Down you go. Caracosta? I don't recall what you are. I still don't recall what you are. You look water, and you are water. You served your purpose. Okay. It's not gonna stop me from flamethrowing you to death. Clang clang. Yeah, we're out for that. Oh, okay. And goodbye to you. Zoroark. You're dark type, aren't you? Yeah, you are. Oh, yikes. Okay, no. Of course it was a crit. Gotcha. Archeops? Oh, okay, never mind. Leaf Seed first. Because I have a feeling you're going to be taken out quickly. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. But the Leech Seed will do its job. Yikes. Oh, well, there we go. I wasn't expecting that to one-shot. Cool. Done. Everything's ruined. Yeah. And, yeah, the text is going off on its own. Zekrom and I were beaten. Your truth, your feelings, they were stronger than mine, it seems. Reshiram and Zekrom, each of them choosing a different hero. Is that even possible? Two heroes living at the same time. One that pursues truth and one that pursues ideals. Could they both be right? I don't know. It's not by rejecting different ideas, but by accepting different ideas that the world creates a chemical reaction. This is truly the formula for changing the world. After all of that, do you think you're still worthy of sharing the name Harmonia with me? You good-for-nothing boy. To start with, I spurred N into pursuing ideals. The reason we reawakened the legendary Pokémon now was to give my Team Plasma more power. Power to control the fearful masses. That at least was well done. After saying you had to put your beliefs on the line and battle to see which one chosen by the legendary Pokémon was the true hero, you lost to an ordinary trainer. There is such a thing as being too stupid. Add it up, and you are nothing more than a warped, defective boy who knows nothing of Pokémon. And Wizard, I never would have thought the legendary Pokémon would choose a trainer like you. It caught me completely off guard. This doesn't change my goal. My plans have not been disturbed. In order to rule this world utterly, in order to manipulate the hearts of people who know nothing, I will have N be the king of Team Plasma. But, for that to work, you, since you know the truth, must be eliminated! You sure about that? Wasn't Team Plasma's goal to liberate Pokémon? That was just a convenient lie that I needed to create Team Plasma. Userhead, what's to be gained from letting go of useful things like Pokémon? Certainly manipulating Pokémon helps people expand their possibilities. That much I can agree with. So it naturally follows that only I should be able to use Pokémon. You fool, that's a ridiculous idea. You can say whatever you want. A Pokémon, even if it's revered as a deity, is still just a Pokémon. And Wizard, so what if it chose you? That doesn't mean you're a threat. Come on, now you'll face me in battle. I can't wait to see the look on your face when you've lost all hope. And Wizard, I won't allow anyone to stop me, no matter who does what. I'm hoping that N healed me up before this. Yes, you did. Thank you. And note that you don't get a chance to save in the midst of all this. What does Turbo Blaze do exactly? Moves can be used regardless of abilities. Really? I have to look and see what Fusion Flare actually does. Oh, toxic. Great. Yeah, I bet you were. User brings down a giant flame. This attack does greater damage when influenced by it. When influenced by an enormous thunderbolt. Oh, really now? Okay. It is your strongest move, though. think Beauflanc's normal? Nice. Nice recoil there. Well, okay. Good, use up your full restorers. Because I could just two-shot this guy now. Ooh. Seismitoad. I think I made the right decision in which one to send back to the PC. Hi, Adrian. Oh, you're dragon. Right. Yeah, yep, that's fine. Oh, this was a bad idea. Are you part flying or have levitate? I won't find out. Never mind. Yes, I know, but I was not wanting to necessarily go to that option right away. I probably won't have much of a choice, and I probably should have gone that route, but I'm also under the assumption that, you know, they have dragon moves too. And I have revives. Seriously? You have that? Okay, well, yeah, sure, why not? But if I outspeed you, then a Dragon Breath might finish you off. If the Dragon Pulse doesn't finish me off instead. Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, but the Leaf Seed will finish you off. If I can survive a turn. Alright, yeah, I'm using a revive now. I am using a max revive. Where are you? Wouldn't have thought being knocked out was a status ailment, but there you have it. All I have to do is survive. That's all I have to do. Swoobat outspeeds you anyway, so I can... I should have provided the Swoobat, because the Swoobat outspeeds you, but Leech Seed... There's a reason why I set that up right away. B sharp. Hard steel, this should do some good. Oh. I wasn't paying attention to how many Pokemon you had. Electros. Oh, of course you have that! Dang it. Well, great, and I think I didn't save since before catching Reshiram. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Is Electros water electric? I actually want to know this now. Yeah, I'm looking too. Okay, it's just straight electric. Okay. By its appearance, I thought it might have been part water. Okay. That should do it. Done. Did you have another one? I wasn't paying attention. No, you didn't. Okay, good. My calculations. No. And whatever else you said. What? I created Team Plasma with my own hands. I'm absolutely perfect. I am perfection! I am the perfect ruler of a perfect new world! Now, N, do you still think Pokemon and people should be separated? Since I couldn't become the hero and obtain the legendary Pokemon myself, I prepared someone for the purpose. N. He's nothing more than a freak without a human heart. You think you're going to get through to a warped person like that? Alder, it's a waste of valuable time listening to him ramble on. He's the one without a human heart. You're right. He's truly pitiful. And I'm sure you have much to think about. I know you were not pursuing ideals because of Getz's manipulation, but because your heart was really inspired. That is why you were able to meet the legendary Pokemon. But I have no right to be the hero. Is that so? What you and the legendary Pokemon are going to do from now on, that's important. Wouldn't you say? Acting like you understand. Up till now, we've been fighting each other over our beliefs. Yet, despite that, why? And even if we don't understand each other, that's not a reason to reject each other. There are two sides to any argument. Is there one point of view that has all the answers? Give it some thought. As for you, goodbye. I want to talk to you about something. It's about when I first met you in Accumula Town. I was shocked when I heard what your Pokemon was saying. I was shocked because that Pokemon said it liked you. It said it wanted to be with you. I couldn't understand it. I couldn't believe there were Pokemon that liked people. Because up until that moment, I'd never known a Pokemon like that. The longer my journey continued, the more unsure I became. All I kept meeting were Pokemon and people who communicated with one another and helped one another. That's why I needed to confirm my beliefs by battling with you. I wanted to confront you, hero to hero. I needed that more than anything. There's no way a person like me, someone who understands only Pokemon... No, actually, I don't understand them either. No way I could measure up to you when you had met so many Pokemon and were surrounded by friends. The champion has forgiven me, and what I should do now is something I'll have to decide for myself. M-Wizard. You said you have a dream. That dream, make it come true. Make your wonderful dream a reality, and it will become your truth. M-Wizard, if anyone can, it's you. Well then. Farewell. Woo! That was a sequence of events right there. So basically the one time that I catch a Pokemon and have it and not have that one immediately go to the PC, I have to send something else to the PC, is something I'm surprised the series hadn't done sooner. Or at least gave you the option of doing sooner. Because it sounds like an option you would like to have sometimes. Like you catch something and you already know you want it in your group, but you have to go back all the way back to the PC to bring it out. Having the option of keeping that one and sending something else back I don't know if later gens have done or do that or not. But I'm just surprised. I'm kind of surprised it took this long for that to be a thing. Maybe I'm just talking out my butt. I have no idea what the heck I'm saying, but But yeah, at this point, I assume there's post-game. If only because there's, what, 4 towns I hadn't been to yet? So, I feel like I should at least explore that somewhat, and depending on how that goes, I might end up doing another stream, depending on how much there is and what it all involves. Because, yeah, I still remember seeing there was that one plasma base near New Vema. Kind of curious what that's about, especially since if we beat up Getzes, who the heck is going to be there? If that's even a place I can go to. That is true. Technically, I did not become champion. I am de facto champion, but it's nothing's official yet because, you know, all that stuff happened. And off they go. Thank you for saving. I kinda wanted. Yes, and I'm saving that way too. All right then. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put Reshiram back in the box and grab Zepstrika then. Because if I really wanted something for dragon types, I would have grabbed the Vanillite long ago. And we are back home again. Ah, I can't even use that PC. Why is Mom in quotes? Excuse me? Seems like you've been through many amazing things, is it not so? Amazing, absolutely meeting these 2 Pokémon of legend. This is... Oh, I still wear my disguise, pardon. Or rather, let me introduce myself. I am a globetrotting elite of the International Police. My name... no, I shall inform you of my code name only. My code name, it is Looker. It is how I am called. Weren't you in previous gens? I seem to remember you from a previous game. Was it Gen 4? Or behind the scenes in this region of Unova, an organization called Team Plasma conspires. This I have heard, and therefore to this region I must come, but thanks to the gym leaders and to you, yes, Team Plasma's castle has fallen. And the members, they have gone upon their separate ways. This is what I hear, most certainly. But however, the ones known as the Seven Sages, still they hide themselves in the Unova region. And so in the end it explains why I must ask this of you, trainer of amazing skill. Travel the Unova region and search it up and search it down for the 7 Sages. Alder, the champion of renown, recommended you to my notice. Are you willing to help me? I am willing to help you. Excellent, I thank you. Now I feel as if I have perhaps 1 million people on my side. Permit me to give this into your hands. That's how I get my first... That's how I get my first fishing rod, right? And of course it's the super rod, so I definitely missed the old rod and the good rod, wherever they were. That's a super rod. Yes, correct, it is certainly a super rod. Yes. Yes, you were. I see. It is truly a wizard's mama to ask so. What a magnificent question! I admire it. It is my pleasure to answer. Absolutely nothing! Yeah, I see. Yes, I shall provide the explanation of the super rod. First, face the water and employ the rod. Second, concentrate your focal point. When it occurs that these Pokemon bites, exclamation point will indicate. Immediately reel it in. For the rest, wizard, I depend on you. Alright then. Unique is a word. Unique is definitely a word. Oh, hello. Yes, he's gone now. I thought I noticed Iris was there, but they weren't. That makes sense now. Oh dear. Oh, you never saw that? You never saw the Shadow Triad? Alright. It's more important to ask what you plan to do now, Bianca. You know what? You know what? I'm gonna go to Black City. That's the city on the other side of Route 16 when you leave from Nimbasa City. If you go that way, you might be able to meet all sorts of Pokemon you've never seen before. The heck are you? Oh, Cedric, right. Just a moment ago, I got some National Pokédex. Oh, National Dex! Okay. Since you're here, let's upgrade your Pokédex with the National Pokédex data. Yeah. Upgrades! Yeah, it will, and it's not going to happen. Alright, off you go. If nothing else, I've got the item finder now, so there's probably some items that I couldn't get before. And the 7 Sages is a thing, too. Yay! Oh. Okay, I was wondering if this is why I was checking to see if I would get another reward. All right then. Yeah, like there's an item there, but how do I get to it? Because there's no path from here. Ah, but I can surf from here. Oh, wait. Before I do that. Switching Zepstrika back in. I don't think I needed to heal, but I'd healed anyway, so that's fine. Oh. Okay. Oh, special. Oh. Cool. Neat. There you are. There we go. Would it be faster to just walk from here? It might be. Wait, what did that say? A Pokemon outbreak at Route 6. Really? And Tornadus is at 16. So what is going on at Route 6? I'm getting distracted. Item. And more piranha fish. You're so close to leveling. Of course, that wouldn't be enough, but... Poison jab. This is Route 6, right? Yes. There we go. Is that what they mean by a Pokemon outbreak? I want to check this now, because that was a thing that happened. Let's see. So suddenly, Pokemon from other gens are starting to show up. allowed encounter changes. No, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm not finding anything regarding Pokemon outbreaks here. Oh well. Apparently this is a time when just random Pokemon from other gyms just show up. And that's fine, I guess. Where's the National Dex function? Do I actually have to catch them first? Oh, okay. That's what it was. Ah. Of course, area unknown. It should at least label that it's in National Dex mode, because sometimes the numbers aren't that obvious. Oh, and you're level 38 too. I didn't notice that part. Well, that is interesting. I wasn't expecting something like that. I thought the other gen Pokemon would just be in the second game. I didn't think they would be in the post game here. But now I know. And it seems like it just plucks a random Pokemon to do it too. Because Plusle is very much a random choice. Alright, back to what I was originally doing. And that was exploring over here. Oh. There we go. I wonder what happens if I try to fish on those spots. Because from what I've seen, when I land on one of those, it just ends up as a regular fight. There was nothing unique to it. So now I'm wondering if this was an area I'd already been to or not. I'll find out when I talk to that ranger and see if they challenge me to a fight. But I think... Aha! This is a new area. Okay, 35. You're fine. That's fine. Semi-seer. Excadrill isn't as good enough an option against fire types as it used to be. It's still effective, but one false move and it's down. Or a random berry that I'm never going to use. Ah. Max Ether. Oh, finding them in the wild, huh? That's not scary at all. No thanks. To think, if my item finder wasn't pointing at something in this direction, I never would have come over here. What's... Okay, Semi-Sage is at 51 as well, that's fine. I realize now that I could have come here as soon as I got Surf, which is probably why these guys are in the 30s and not higher than that. Okay. Still says Route 1. Probably gonna switch you out anyway. Definitely going to switch you out now. I don't need Earthquake for this. Forgot you had Flame Charge, though. many berries do I have, anyway? Chestos, perchos, spears. Confusion is always good. Big mushroom! And a pearl. Alright, where are we going here? Curious. Route 17. So, where does this lead? Okay. Fair enough. Hello. TM6, toxic. Okay, it's on the other side. I assume you're just gonna have more fish. Because you're a fisherman, and fishermen always have fish. I'm doing alright. Just got into the post-game and I'm just kind of wandering around at this point. Seeing what kind of stuff I can do. So whatever it is I can do here, I hope I get it all done in one trip, because getting back to here is not the quickest thing in the world. And I'm about to... How strong are they? Oh, 12, okay. We're good. Oh, okay, that's not where you were when the fight started. Hardfish. Suddenly F-Zero music, right? More fish. Let's get this Sweet Sage. Some experience in, I guess. I should be bringing out the Swoobat, because that's still at 50. And the level difference is such that I can just brute force whatever I need to brute force. On some level, that thing could have been part dark, but it's not. Deep Sea Tooth. I think I'm kind of stuck here. Yeah. So I have to take the bottom path. And of course. Soon as I head for land. I'll see what's going on here first. I see an item down there, and there's another item from the item finder, which is very nice. And of course you'll have sturdy, which means do that. Good flinch. Russell. Oh. Okay. I think it's the first time I've seen you. And that's neutral against you. You're probably part bug. The item is probably in the wall or something. Right! I think I have seen you before, I think. What do we have here? Well, thank you. Much appreciated. Okay. Fair enough. You have an egg, huh? Fortunately, there isn't a PC I can use to put something away. Oh, not you again. Goodbye. Hello. I'm doing all right. You need the experience out of the group right now. Kinda, yeah. Never would have known there was anything over here. Pretty sure you're at least part grass. So that works. Ooh, so close. Calcium. Dragon scale. Okay. Alright. It's a thing that exists, I guess. Aren't you one of the sages? This place has the same ocean smell as where I was born. Getsus wandered the lands of this world all over, collecting knowledge of all kinds while searching for like-minded people. From the moment we met, he understood what I desired. The ability to understand the minds and the needs of others. This is the ability that everyone needs to survive. My Lord N is a kind and excellent person who understands the hearts of Pokémon. But conversely, perhaps his ability to understand the hearts and feelings of people is not developed enough. But even that was part of the perfection of Getsus' plan. When it comes to Getsus, I cannot separate the truth from the lies. See this? I received it from Getsus, but I no longer need it. I hope you can put it to good use. Okay. Someday, if my Lord N develops the ability to understand the feelings of people as well as Pokémon, I would like to see us gather again. More than anything, I want to see N confront Getsus. Suddenly, you're here. Quick and soon, say I. Alright, well, I've found one! Alrighty. Item. Max Elixir. Might have to look up where the other sages are. See how many of them are just kind of in my intended path. Because I still haven't done, any of this side of things. So at least some of them, I expect some of them to be there. Not to mention, there's that. I suspect that's I have to take a specific path through the rapids to get to that. But I'm here now, so I'm gonna see what that is. What's here first, and then figure that out on the way back. Once the wild Pokemon, you know, decide to leave me alone. No item, well, no visible item. I don't think there was a hidden item here either. No. But I did see an item this way. Hello! Okay, yep. Kinda needed that. I'm glad I came here first. Waterfall. Seriously? Huh. Well then. Well, that's a dilemma. Am I gonna have to I think I do have a Basculin. I'm gonna assume that one can learn Waterfall. But that's distressing that I have that. My current water type doesn't learn that. Oh, you survived that. And that did a bit more damage than I was expecting it to. Is that what I think it is? No. But that works. Sage, I have X-Scissor. Wild sock. I feel like there was a path over there that I missed, but oh well. Dubious disk. There's a memo stuck to the side of the monitor. My Lord N apparently rejected my research. But my research is necessary for Team Plasma to reach its goal, the strongest Pokémon. The rest of the memo is torn and impossible to read. Dubious disk. Okay. Was the person who wrote the data on here you? I don't know. Okay, X attack. Ain't gonna do you no good. Because you're done. Ooh. That is something. Let's see. How strong are... $65 and 80. Oh, discharge can cause paralysis too. Is your physical better or your... Physical by a good bit. Okay, I assume Thunderbolt's a special. Yeah. But it's a 95. What was... That is an improvement. That is an improvement, so yes. Discharge's range of attack is really only relevant in double battles anyway. Very nice. One step. So I assume this was the lab that was on the map. Not much else would make sense. Yes, that is what that was. Okay. Might have to look into what the dubious disc is for. But it's a thing I found. I should be having the item finder on for this. Because there's an item like right there. Heart scale. Big Pearl. Oh, I thought I was in line with you. No, I was not. City poor. Yeah. Let's give Thunderbolt a run through its paces. Nice. see another swimmer down there. I don't think I had encountered that one. Another heart scale. Oh, there's another item. I can't get to it yet. Not from here, though. Gotta be careful around here. One false move and I'm sent back in good ways. Of course, I don't think there was any dodging you. Doc. Oh, you survived that. Yeah, I hope that doesn't happen to you. I feel like I should try fishing on one of those spots, see if anything happens. Assuming I can get close enough without having a battle happen. Heart scale. Oh, this was Route 18? I wasn't sure if I had actually gotten into Route 18 or... Okay. Another big pearl. My. Finding a whole bunch of stuff. Feels weird seeing a martial arts person using a dark type. Girder, that's fighting. TM19, telekinesis. What is that? Target's easier to hit for 3 turns. Interesting. Alright, so that looks like everything. It's everything here. Including the lab, which is nice. Yeah, I know that Charon said they were going to Route 16. But I feel like, outside of what I was just doing, I feel like going around the routes in order. Assuming the game will let me. Even though this is the post-game, the game could still say no. Pokemon Outbreak at Route 6, that's still the Plusle. The storm is now on Route 8. Route 8, where is Route 8? I might take a shot at that. A shot at that. Is the Pokédex gonna tell me what type it is, or am I gonna have to figure that out on my own? I'm a... I don't think I'll be spending too much time here. And that's assuming that there's actually... I'm not noticing a particular difference in the rainfall. As I remember, first time we saw Tornadus, the rainfall was like really strong. But it doesn't really seem any different than any other kind of rainfall around here. Not to mention there's the thought of who knows how long the Tornadus will even stay in any one spot. those things are here too. I'll give it a couple more encounters and then I'll move on. Who knows how rare of an encounter Tornadus even is, assuming that he hasn't already moved on. I'm gonna assume that when I do encounter him, it's gonna have special music. Oh well. Moving on. Never mind! Never mind! This is the strong thunderstorm that I was thinking of. Oh. Yeah, this is the environment for tornadoes. Of course, and now it's deciding not to. So, does it just come and go? Or is it already gone? You know what? I have this thing still up. Okay, it doesn't really say anything in particular. Oh well. Nothing in particular in the information I was given. Alright, I'm just gonna move on. Want to at least try to get some new exploration done besides Route 17 and 18. Okay, so that is what Swarm is. And it was literally just the Plusle. And only because I'm playing the black version. A few interesting things. Looks like mostly Gen 2 stuff. And far-fetched. Like Gen 2, Gen 3. Far-fetched, execute. Anyway, new stuff. I'm sorry, I don't know French. I assume that's French. I'm pretty sure Krogunk is not a Gen 4. Is not a Gen 5. Especially since I see now you're level 65? The heck? Okay, this is a little concerning. A wild Amoonguss. I don't think this was the Pokeball that I don't think this was the item. I'm pretty sure I didn't hear the noise, the hopping noise. And I was right. Hyper Potions, but... Wild Pokemon at 48, huh? Okay. If you say so. Was that level 65 on the last trainer? Was that a blip or is that a trend? And if so, I might be better suited going the other way. Oh my! Okay. Yeah, this is worrying. No, okay. Yeah, I'm going the other way now. I thought I was getting smart by going this way. No, not that way. Apparently that Pokemon Outbreak resets at midnight. Now I'll need to figure out my waterfall situation to see whatever else was in that forest. But yes, I can indeed. Go this way. I am me. You are you. You really don't know what to do when somebody suddenly says that, do you? Well, I mean, you're not wrong. Marvelous bridge. I have a deal for you, and for you alone. Here's your... It's the secret Pokemon Magikarp. For 500. No. Oh, it's you guys again. Getsis is gone. He went off somewhere alone after we rescued him from the castle. From the day Getsis saved our lives, we have sworn to be loyal to him. Even now, after he ordered us not to search for him. Also, Getsis said to give you this. Excuse me? What the heck is that? You're just giving me things. What is this? Getsis, where did he find these? What was he planning to do with them? Why did he give them to you? There's no way to know now. Is he testing you? Or using you? We, the Shadow Triad, have always been and always will be the loyal servants of Getsis. And Getsis' ambitions will never cease. Never shall we meet again. Farewell. The heck are those things that I just got? Oh. A glowing orb to be held by Giratina, to be held by Palkia, and to be held by Dialga. Okay, alright, sure, yeah, sure, just give me something to be used by Gen 4 legendaries, why not? Pretty Wing. Aha. And of course, sometimes it's a bird just drops on my head. And it's a level 48 as well. Great. Hopefully the trainers on this end of the equation aren't level 65. Ah, there you are. Genius Wing. Okay. Give me a moment. Yeah, okay, I think I'm fine with what I got on hand in my first three. Sure. So the bigger question is, what level are you? Alamola, Kling Klang, and Medium. Oh, you're all 65! Ah. Oh! I thought this was rotation for a second. Ah, so close. I have no idea what that's going to do. But the protect only works once. Ah, yeah. Well, okay, fine. Yep, that works. I guess the wide shot didn't do what I thought it did. And paralyzed. Yeah, recover, whatever. And down you go. Oh boy, is everything here going to be level 65? Why? Truly marvelous, and also a bridge. I don't have one of those. What do we have here? Hi, hello. You came here. That means you are a visitor. Huh? No. You came all the way here. Ah, you are a trainer. Are you in the middle of your journey? Yes. You have all the gym badges? Great, you may be able to... Professor Park? Okay, what am I getting roped into now? Operate what? I have told you many times, this invention is great indeed, but without a professional trainer... What? You have the gym badges? All of them? Fantastic! Fantastico! Yahoo! What a great day! Great! Unbelievable! Hi, I am Professor Andrew Park. You... M-Wizard. M-Wizard! Are you willing to participate in an ambitious experiment that will make history? This device is called Poké-Transfer. It connects blah 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 called DS system. Meanwhile, the blah 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 and stuff. Spectacular results! To put it more simply, if you use this device, you may be able to bring Pokemon here from other regions. But just for safety's sake, the Pokemon you're transferring shouldn't be holding anything. So, you are a fantastic Pokemon trainer! Unfortunately... I don't have... I do have this, still have the save file from Platinum and Soul Silver, but they were using the old emulator that I was using at the time. And I don't think the save files are compatible, so unfortunately I don't think this is an option for me. Interesting thought, though, with lots of enthusiasm. How do I get back there? Must be a little bit farther. But oh dear, the fact that every trainer here is 65 is or in the 60s just in general, is a very, very big concern. I was not expecting that kind of a jump. I'll show you on the map in a moment. Actually, I tried both routes. That is Ghost Flying, I believe. Starting to see some familiar faces now. Wobbler. I feel like I just should have switched into Sippy Sage for one of those, for one of those last ones, but oh well. Thrash. Huh. Well, goodness knows, when was the last time I used Pursuit? You know what? I'll take Thrash. Looks like a good brute force kind of move. Alright, so... I am currently here on Route 15, and I tried going up Route 11 too. They had trainers in the 60s as well, so it looks like, I'm guessing it's just 60s all the way around here. So yay! But it looks like they're not necessarily fully evolved, although one of the ones on the top route had a Rapidash, which is kind of eek. And the wild Pokemon here are like 48, so that's no small thing either. And evolved too. But I guess as long as I have type advantage, everything should be okay. Well, so much for the whole fully evolved part. Eep. Lots of Eep. No, I very much do not. But if they're just gonna keep using Dragon Dance the whole time. Wow. How many Dragon Dances was that? It still did that, only that much? Goodness. Well, I'll take the easy win, thank you. 4,300 experience. Wow. Obama Snow. Fine. Nice. Okay, so I feel a little bit better now. Knowing that I can still do good damage against things that are like 10 levels above me. Citrus berry. You know what? It's about that time. I think I'm going to end things off here because I got to do a couple things and get to bed because I have a stupid early morning tomorrow. So I guess join me next time when I see what this end of Unova has to offer. See how many sages I find. I found one just by random chance. I don't necessarily expect to find them all, but you know, if I do, fine, and we'll see what happens then. Either which way, the next stream, unless something really interesting happens, the next stream will probably be the last one for this project. So, we'll see how things go. So, until then, this is Melee Wizard, and have a nice night.